hate this channel.
No!
Hi guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. We're just outside Molineaux, where Newcastle have got a point away from home. I'm here with Sam. Sam's one of the new members, of course, you'll have seen through the week. Not a bad first game to be a part of, you know, we didn't lose, Sam. But scoring the players, I'd like to start with Martin Dubravka. Again, a top quality performance by our number one.
Kept us in the game. God, he's good. He really is. He's the best keeper we've had for years and years. Two big saves of his in the, well, both halves. Scoring wise, 8.
8 out of 10 for Dubravka?
Yeah, because I've got one that I want to score a bit higher.
I have to watch out for the vlog for a bit later on. Defence, I'll start from left to right. Jetro Willems. I thought he dealt with Adama Traore as well as he physically could. Don't get me wrong, Adama Traore had his moments, especially in this first half where his cross, I think, met Jimenez's head and it was a great save by Dubravka. But apart from that, I thought he did pretty well. He tried to attack as much as he physically could, but I thought all in all it was a pretty good performance by Willems.
A bit of the old Willems back, I think, today.
Yeah, I think obviously the injury as well that hasn't helped him in the last few weeks, but a good performance. I'll go 7 out of 10 for Willems. First centre half, I'll go Paul Dummett as a non-applicable because he was literally only on the pitch for 10 minutes and he got injured. His replacement was Florian Lejeune, and I thought he slotted in perfectly well. Again,
back to the old Lejeune after the horror show he's had since he returned from injury. That was the Lejeune we know. He was pretty solid. He was in the centre of the three when he came on. Clark shifted left, Fernandez shifted right. Obviously Lejeune's more accustomed to the left of the three, but I thought he was faultless. He kept Jimenez pretty quiet all game.
I can't remember really Jimenez caused us much problems. I know he had his moments, but can't imagine too many issues. What would you give Lejeune today?
7.
7 out of 10 for Florian Lejeune. Ciaran Clark, who obviously Sam's mentioned, got moved over to the left. I thought it was a really comfortable performance, and this is kind of the performance you kind of expect from Ciaran Clark. Now, you don't really, I think he probably has maybe one bad game in 10. The rest of it is pretty consistent, you know, 6 or 7s out of 10s, which he normally gets, and I'm going to go 7 out of 10 for Ciaran Clark today. Again, Jimenez didn't have many chances, and he is Wolves' biggest threat. I think they did miss Jota, mind Wolves, but I think they would have had more issues if Jota was playing, but a good performance all in all. I'll go 7 out of 10 for Ciaran Clark. And on the right was our captain, Federico Fernandez. Again, I think the defence did really well. He just, for me, Fernandez, he kind of has a bit more passion about him. I don't know. I think that's why he always gave him the captain's armband. We were talking about leadership last week. He does have a little bit about that, I suppose.
Experienced defender. For me, he's probably the weakest out of the three today. I don't think he had a particularly bad game. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it was him that lost his man for their goal.
That's a negative, isn't it, really? He should be doing better. Yeah,
he should. Yeah, of course he should, but after that he was pretty solid. I'd probably give him a...
If you're saying he's a little bit worse than the rest, you probably could say 6, but...
6, but it would have been 5 if we'd have lost.
6 out of 10 for Fernandez. Right wing back was a makeshift Isaac Hayden. You know, we see him in every position at the minute. He's very much the utility man for Newcastle at the minute. Got a booking, but again, I don't think Wolves got much joy from that left-hand side. There was a couple of times where the cut through, but Hayden, I thought, did well. You know, we obviously haven't got a fit right back at the minute, and is Hayden worse off than a Manquillo or a Joelinton or an Emil Kraft? No, I think he's fine there, to be brutally honest with you. Which just tells you everything about Newcastle United's right backs at the minute. So I think it's a 7 out of 10 for Isaac Hayden. We'll move into the midfield. I like to start with Matty Longstaff. I love his determination.
Yeah.
He just seems to want everything, every first, second ball, doesn't he? And he won lots of free kicks for us today.
Real tenacious little player indeed. He's great to watch. He's dotting around everywhere, working hard. It's what fans like to see. He was busy. He created some chances to get the ball into players like Almiron and Atsu when he came on. I liked his work today. 7 out of 10.
I thought Sean was just a little bit better today. Me and Lee have spoken a bit off camera, and I thought that was probably the most disciplined performance Sean Longstaff's had. Yes, he loves having the ball at his feet and loves spraying it out wide, but I thought it was a good battle between him and Neves and Moutinho. Neves and Moutinho obviously 2 quality players, and Sean Longstaff didn't really look out of place today. Yeah, much better than last week, and I think he knew he didn't have the best performance last week, but much improved. I'd probably go 8 out of 10 for Sean Longstaff. I think he was just really disciplined. On the wing I'll let you have Miguel Almiron, a goal scorer.
Yeah, he was sensational today, and it's great to see, because obviously question marks were raised with Miggy over October, November time, December as well. Is he good enough? He was absolutely fantastic today. Worked his socks off, well taken goals. That's 3 in relatively quick succession now.
2 in his last 2.
2 and 2. He was superb. 9 out of 10, my man of the match.
His work rate for me was absolutely brilliant. He just, how many times did he try and get back and help the team?
Yeah.
You know, tackles. I remember one tackle on Traore. At this Traore, I just didn't expect to come in.
No.
I think he was just like, where do you come from? Absolutely brilliant. Completely agree with Sam. 9 out of 10. If you've seen the goal, what did you make of Almiron's goal? Because it was absolutely brilliant. The teamwork around it, and a player that had something to do with that was Dwight Gale. Only played 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and then obviously got an injury. Hopefully it's not too bad. There's always there's rumours of Newcastle wanting to sell him. If that's not the case, I don't think Newcastle are going to bring in a forward player. I'm going to give him. It's hard to say because I think he had some impact on the goal. I'm going to go 6 out of 10 just because of the impact on the goal, which is a bit. I don't know. It's a bit stupid almost, but yeah, I'll go 6 out of 10 for Dwight Gale. But hopefully he's not out for too long. Hopefully it's just precautionary. Sam, Joelinton.
You give me Almiron and now I've got Joelinton as well.
Look, he couldn't have got. There was a couple of lads in front of us a day talking about Joelinton, about his performance against Rochdale. But people forget he could have scored a hat-trick last week. He had chances, but today he didn't really necessarily have the chances. I don't think his hold of play was a little bit better, but his first touch is horrific at times.
He's so frustrating to watch, because I have sympathy in one aspect, because he didn't decide his transfer fee. He didn't ask for the number 9. He probably didn't even ask to play as a central striker, as, you know, a target man.
Do you think he wanted this move?
Yeah. Players want to come and play in the Premier League, whether he wanted to come to Newcastle or not, or whether he just wanted to come to England. It remains to be seen, but what I don't have sympathy for is work rate and putting yourself about. There wasn't really a lot of that today. He seemed to have 2 gears, which was slow and very slow. So if I'm giving him I don't like to just criticise for the sake of criticising, but 3, 4 out of 10. I don't see how you can rate him higher than that. It was like we were playing with 10.5 men in that second half. He wasn't really providing an outlet.
4 out of 10. That's my voice going a little bit there. 4 out of 10
Don't
for.
Get emotional about it.
Been struggling with a chesty cough all weekend, but yeah, 4 out of 10 for Joelinton. By Sam, do you disagree? Agree? Do you think it should have been lower? Do you think it's been higher? Do you think his work rate was a little bit better? Who knows? Christian Atsu replaced Dwight Gale, which I was surprised about. I have to be brutally honest. I thought he would have probably gone Andy Carroll, but if he's not fully fit to do 70 minutes, 80 minutes, then you knew what you were going to get. You were going to get 15 minutes off Carroll later on in the game. But Atsu, frustrating going forward, defensively okay. Same old Christian Atsu, 5 out of 10 for me. Andy Carroll, 50, I think he got 13 minutes. I don't think it was really on long enough to do anything. He almost got played through right at the end through Matty Longstaff, but do you disagree with non-applicable?
I think so. He didn't have enough time to really get into the game, so he struggled to feature.
Steve Bruce, right. When we looked at the team beforehand, I was thinking, don't know about this, but look, a point away from home against a very good team like Wolves, who have got a very good record at Molineaux, which we're right behind. You've got to say job well done, haven't you? Yeah. He's
dropped the horrible 3-5-2, which does not work, and it was back to the kind of 5-4-1, 5-2-3 when we're attacking. So we looked a lot better shape-wise today. He made the best of what he could with the squad available. Hayden did well as a makeshift right wing back. There's not a lot really Steve Bruce could have done any differently, so 7
out of 10. I think that's a fair mark. Steve Bruce gets a point on the road. Newcastle get a point and they get to go home, and look forward to Rochdale on Tuesday, and then we've got Chelsea next Saturday. What would you have given Steve Bruce? Would you have gone any higher? Do you think it's a really good point against Wolves, who had a really good season so far in the Europa League and in the Premier League? Or do you think that Newcastle could have maybe nicked it if it wasn't for the poor defending? Make sure you get your scores in, like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you later on this evening.